Now let's have a look at management responsibility. ISO 9001 is pretty big on ensuring that the organization, the top management of the organization, has its responsibilities. Now the first part of this is the management commitment. What it actually says is that top management shall provide evidence of its commitment to the development and implementation of the quality management system and continually improving its effectiveness by communicating to the organization the importance of meeting customer as well as statutory and regulatory requirements. In other words, they've got to mean it. They have to establish the quality policy. They have to ensure that the quality objectives are established. So the policy says roughly what our expectations are in the way of quality, but the objectives give them substance, give them some measurable target to achieve. Top management also has to conduct management reviews. Now these are usually done every 6 or 12 months, just to review the operation of the quality management system. You can't just implement a quality management system and then ignore it. You have to maintain it, and part of that obligation of maintaining it is that top management has to review its operation. And the last thing, as a general requirement, is that top management has to ensure the availability of resources. Now this is reasonable. One of the principal elements of governance is that strategic management is responsible for setting the goals and providing the resources to achieve those goals. So here it is in this particular clause, 5.1. Top management, which could be the board of directors or could be the CEO, but somebody with the executive power, sets the policy and provides the resources to achieve that policy. Section 5.2, top management shall ensure that the customer requirements are determined and are met with the aim of enhancing customer satisfaction. And this is not an absolute requirement that the quality management system ensure that everything the customer wants is achieved, merely that you strive for satisfaction. So the customer has to be the focus of the quality management system. The quality policy. The policy is supposed to be, or is required to be, appropriate to the purpose of the organization. That makes sense. Includes a commitment to comply with the requirements and continually improve the effectiveness of the quality management system. Provides a framework for establishing and reviewing the quality objectives. Is communicated and understood within the organization, and is reviewed for continuing suitability. So well, that's pretty reasonable. If you're going to have a quality policy, it probably should be appropriate to what you're doing, and it should be maintained. There are some planning requirements. This is in the management responsibility for planning. And the requirement is that the top management shall ensure that quality objectives are established at relevant functions and levels within the organization. So the overall objectives might well be established, but then it has to be decomposed down through the different levels of the organization appropriately. Quality management system planning. The top management shall ensure that the planning of the quality management system is carried out in order to meet the requirements given in the previous section, section 4, as well as the quality objectives. So, not only does top management have to state what the quality policy is, now they have to plan how to implement that policy. The other thing that they're required to do in the way of planning, the integrity of the quality management system is maintained when changes to the quality management system are planned and implemented. So a big part of ISO 9001 is the continual improvement of the quality management system. And this particular clause requires that you're able to improve, that is, change the quality management system without compromising the integrity of it. So you can't drop the ball. Responsibility, authority, and communication. That's a pretty good one. Top management shall ensure that responsibilities and authorities are defined and communicated within the organization. So not only are the resources necessarily available, but the authorities and responsibilities are clarified so that people can do the jobs. They're not sitting there saying, well, I'm not authorised to do that. You must be authorised to do these things. There must be a management representative. So where top management in the planning and providing resources can be a committee, here we now get down to one person. Top management shall appoint a member of the organisation's management who, irrespective of other responsibilities, shall have responsibility and authority that includes a few things. That is, ensuring that processes needed for the quality management system are established, reporting to top management on the performance, so this is the conduit through which reports go, ensuring the promotion of awareness of customer requirements through the organisation. So that's the responsibilities of the management representative. There does need to be internal communication, so top management shall ensure that appropriate communication processes are established within the organisation and that communication takes place regarding the effectiveness of the quality management system. This is not an excuse for backslapping and general false optimism. This is a requirement that the effectiveness of the quality management system is communicated within the organisation's system. Now, if it happens that the quality management system is not particularly effective, that has to be communicated through the organisation, so that everybody who is involved in the quality management system or who is impacted by the quality management system knows how it's functioning. And that's an obligation of it. So there are the general obligations of top management within the organisation with regard to the quality management system, and they are sufficient. They're sufficient for the purpose, but importantly, they tend to be the normal strategic governance obligations of any organisation. That is, to determine what has to be done and to provide the resources to do it. And that, in this case, includes not only just appointing people, but giving them specific functions and authorities and responsibilities.